Kevin Durant is now a Houston Rocket. The Rockets gave up the 10th pick, Dylan Brooks, and Jalen Green. Houston just got better the last 48 hours. They just got better. A whole lot better. Like, from winning 50-plus games to now, they can win 60 and get to a conference finals better. Here's the scary part. I don't think they're done. I don't think the Rockets are done. And what I mean by that, I'm not saying they're going to get free agents, role players to surround KD with, which they already got with Jabari Smith, Ahmed Thompson, which, by the way, can I say this really quickly? Keeping Jabari Smith in this KD trade, I did not personally see that coming at all. I did not see that coming because any big trade that the Rockets was going to make, I thought Jabari Smith was going to be a part of that trade. Because he's going to be due for a contract soon. He was a top pick. So he's going to ask for some money when his contract is up, dude, with the aprons and all that stuff. So for the Rockets to keep Jabari Smith in this, huge. We knew Ahmed Thompson wasn't going nowhere. We knew Sengun wasn't going nowhere. Cam Whitmore, maybe in the future trade, possibly, but I think Ime likes Cam Whitmore. Jalen Green, on the other hand, I've been said this before, and I told this to people, that playoff series with the Warriors was going to be huge. Everyone knew that. That was going to determine right there, okay, is he really the franchise guy, or can we get better without him? 6 games out of 7, you single digits. 1 game 30 plus. And you're supposed to be the franchise guy? That is very Jordan Clarkson-ness. Very much so. You know, that's a little 6-man type of thing. Jordan Poole, Jordan Clarkson. We heard talks of, man, you could be like Kobe. And slow that ish down, man. That's gone. Houston didn't give up a lot. For them to get KD, and I will say this too, I was a little weary on getting KD to begin with. When they're talking about this week's prize, I said, I know KD's in the mix, but I really want Giannis. But really wanted Giannis. But to get KD, this would be the only way I would accept the KD trade to Houston. Not giving them much. 10th pick, Tyrone Stokes, whoever else is going to be at number 10. Igor Demin, I just probably butchered his name, the guy from BYU. That'd have been there at number 10 maybe. So the big man from Duke, that's around the 10 pick range. So the Rockets didn't really give up much. The Suns need that more than the Rockets. So for sure, this makes sense to get a Kevin Durant in this situation. I like it because, for one, you didn't give up much, but for two, KD is also willing to take less to bring one more person in. And that leads me to my next point. And not that one more person like a Cam Johnson or a 3-and-D player. Not them. They're going to get those regardless. They're going to get probably 2 more players in free agency, maybe 2, 3, depending on what's their next move. But watch out for the draft and the aftermath. Because there's still a chance that the Rockets can still land Giannis. There's still a chance that can happen. If KD takes less money on his extension, because the Rockets will extend him. They're going to offer him 2 years around the 140 range. But if KD would take around 110 to 120, or a little bit less than that, and they go to him and say, hey, you're on the phone with Milwaukee. This trade can happen. if you just sign for a little bit less. And I think at KD's stage right now in his career, rings is more important than the money. Way more important. Does he look at this Houston team and he sees Amin Thompson, sees Sagoon, Jabari, Cam Whitmore, Tari Eason, Fred VanVleet, Ime Udoka, who he played for in Brooklyn. He's seen his team get the second seed in the West without a superstar. He knows this team can go places. He knows this team can play in June, and he knows he's the missing piece. And this will be arguably his best team since Golden State. Brooklyn was top heavy. I know people are going to be like, oh, what about Harden and Kyrie? Always hurt. Top heavy. But not built top to bottom like this Houston Rockets team. Not top to bottom like this team at all. And this team can compete with OKC. Especially now that you have KD. But if you go get Giannis, and I know people's going to be asking, okay, if you get Giannis, you're going to gut your whole team. Well, if I throw this proposal at you and say, let's get Giannis and give up Reed Shepherd, 3 to 5 future first-round picks, Tari Eason, or Fred VanVleet, 2-3 of those guys with some future first-round picks. Depending on what Milwaukee would do, I think that would be a good trade offer from Houston. Now, let's say they can't get Giannis. Because Houston already came out and said they armed, they're ready, they're going to make another swing. But we don't know. I'm just guessing that it's Giannis. Okay, let's say Milwaukee say, you know what, we don't want to take that. Giannis want to stay. Let's say Giannis want to stay in Milwaukee. Your second option is Jaylen Brown. We already seen Boston move Kristaps Porzingis. Ime would definitely love to take somebody else from Boston. That's basically was his team. I really think if he can't get Giannis, he would go after Jaylen Brown. And that can lead to giving up Reed Shepherd, or that's why I think Cam Whitmore would go if Boston give up Jaylen Brown. Because I think they will make another move. And if you cannot get Jaylen Brown, I think they will settle for Derek White. So I think those are 3 names you have to look out for. Giannis 1, Jaylen Brown 2, and then Derek White 3. I'm not mad at the Derek White fit at all because Derek White can definitely be the floor general for Houston. I would take him over Fred VanVleet. He plays defense too. Fred VanVleet, as good as he is, he's a liability on defense. So I can definitely take Derek White. But to me, not at all. Houston's not done making moves. Not at all. They're not done. And they shouldn't be done. But if they are done, if they don't make another move, this team is still a 1 or 2 seed. They're still a top 2 team in the West with this highest constructed now. So Houston's in a great spot. Houston's in a win-win. The only thing I would say is just don't gut your entire team because we know depth matters. That's it.